Here's an example of a bug that was introduced by, is it Papyrus Common Library? I just happened to notice this when I was playing the game, and it looks like a single variable is being used to replicate other persistent variables. Here, let me show you real quick. So, in this particular version of Fallout 4, I do not have those, that the Papyrus, I can't even think of the name of it, the Common Library. Jeez, that just doesn't want to stick in my brain. But anyways, Papyrus Common Library, it is not activated in this game. Okay, so when I go into workshop mode, see, okay, and then I exit out, and then I go into my Pip-Boy, you can see the numbers here. See, bed counts are 2, and each of these numbers are different. So you can see which one is being replicated. It's actually the bed count. Okay, so now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to exit out. Okay, and then we're going to go over to here, to the installation folder. And what I'm going to do is we are going to activate, I do have it disabled. Okay, let's go in here to plugins. Let's hunt down Papyrus, see Common Library DLL. Okay, I've got it disabled. So let's go ahead and enable it so it will be loaded by the game. Okay, and then let's fire the game off again. Yeah, this was a really weird bug. I'd never seen it before, and when you have a large load order that you bring things over into a new game, you don't happen to notice things like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue the game. And what happens when you enter workshop mode, that's when it updates those persistent variables. So I believe what he's doing is he's trying to keep everything completely up to date. Okay, so let's take a look before going into workshop mode. See, the numbers are correct. Okay, see, notice 2 is the bed count, right? Okay, now let's go into workshop mode. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Alrighty, kick out. Okay, now let's go back in and take a look. Now look, beds are 2, power's 2, water's 2, food is 2. So he's updated you've updated the persistent variables with bed count. Okay, so I'm gonna save this, right? Okay, so I've saved the game. Let's exit out. Now let's go in and let's disable that mod again. So let's go into F4SE plugins. And let's disable the mod. So we're just going to let's just rename this to, okay. Alrighty, now let's go here back in. Let's launch it again. Alright, now I haven't actually saved the game and reloaded it with that particular DLL disabled, so I'm kind of curious, because the game is loading, I'm kind of thinking that it's going to auto-update the workshop variables. We are in Sanctuary, so we're going to check that first and see if it persists across a game save. So let's go into this, let's look at workshops. Okay, perfectly fine, that's cool, but here's going to be the test. So go into workshop mode, kick back out. Let's take a look. The numbers are correct. So it looks like that the Papyrus Common is setting the persistent variables. It's updating the workshop variables with the bed count, and that's the actual culprit. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start documenting bugs as I encounter them, and I'll start like a new category, so that way I can record these videos and I can actually show exactly what is happening when, with mods and things like that, because I think a visual aid is much better. So hope that helps. I'll go ahead and link this in on your Nexus page, and yeah, thanks for the mod, and just want to let you know there's a little bug in there. Now I don't know if there's others. I only installed the Papyrus Common because I think it was like graphic controlled thing or something. It allows me to kind of add fixes to, the game to tone down things like God rays, and that's the only thing I think that used it. So I can live without that for the moment. But yeah, just wanted to pass that on, and thanks again for the mod.